Greetings to our Practices of Leadership course here at Moody Bible Institute. I just wanted to start by giving you a quick tour of our Blackboard site for this course this semester. All of you are veteran Moody distance learning students, so I figured you probably would understand everything already, but I wanted to just make sure, and so I'm coming to you with a bit of a tour as well as a welcome to week one announcement. Obviously, this is the announcement page. This is where you start when you come log into your course. You begin by looking at the announcement page. Now, we're going to be posting regular announcements for your benefit. Please understand that the announcements are designed to kind of guide you through this learning experience, but they're also designed to anticipate your questions and problems, to answer your questions, to address those problems. And so you will find that most of the questions that you have will have been answered for you, hopefully, in the weekly announcements. So it's my practice as an instructor to give you a fairly detailed written announcement, but also a personal video announcement as well. And so you will find the announcements, of course, here at the beginning. There's information, of course, about the instructor here on the left-hand side. Syllabus and schedule is absolutely essential. So when you go to this section, be sure that one of the first things you do is click the link to your syllabus and download it and study it. It has everything you need to know to succeed in this class. One of the things I really loved about this syllabus is that there's been some new work done for our Moody distance learning students in the library, and so links to those library resources as well as biblical studies resources are included in this syllabus. So you want to be sure to take a look at that and take advantage of it as well. So of course, you're familiar with this, even though it's fairly new. The date of attendance test is required by courses that have any students in them that are receiving Title IV funds, and so it's a one-question a test. Basically it says, are you here? Do you exist? And so you want to be sure that you do that right away. Because the danger is that if you just say, well, I don't think that's important, and then move on, you run the risk of being dropped from the course. So you don't want to do that. You also want to be able to take advantage of the Moody Bible Institute Distance Learning Code of Conduct. And again, that's probably something that you're already familiar with, but maybe refreshing it will be good. Course schedule, you want to go to this link and download it right away and begin to look at the week-by-week description of all the courses, very specific descriptions. And as you know, you will find them elsewhere, but this is where you can find them all on one document. And of course, you have just kind of some summary information, course description, course objectives, all the required reading materials. Then again, here's another place where you're going to find a list of all the assignments for this class. Week by week, you receive the best information by just going to, in this case, week one, and looking at all of the elements of week one. As you know, there's a reading report that just asks you whether or not and to what extent you have fulfilled the reading assignments. In week one, of course, you will have a chapter in the textbook by Allison and Garda. But one of the things you will want to take note of is that in this class, every week you will also have some really great supplemental reading that are mostly YouTube videos and other kinds of video content that I think you will find very interesting. And it certainly will be an assistance to you in the process of completing this course. And then you will find a variety of assignments and of discussion board assignments every week. Now, I kind of wanted to show you where you find this. Notice here on the left-hand side, there is the community post discussions link, and there's the group discussions link. Community post and discussions, and I'm going to click that so you can see it's going to begin with class introduction. So if you haven't taken a chance to introduce yourself to the class, be sure to do so immediately. I find this very important because one of the ways that we're very successful in learning online is by creating a learning community online. And so to the extent that you get to know each other, begin to interact with each other, I think you will find this a very enjoyable and successful experience. And then, of course, Global Cafe, you can post just some personal information about yourself. You can ask questions there, prayer requests and praise reports. Be sure to feel free to access that. But then you're going to have a weekly assignment in this class that you will post here. The first one in week 1, and I'm going to review more specifically in the written welcome to week 1 announcement, is going to be my leadership, where you're going to make a 5 to 10 minute video about the leadership positions that you currently have in a variety of contexts. And it's kind of just a way to be able to reflect on your current leadership responsibilities. Now, these are not discussion boards per se, although because we use this format for you to report your assignment, it creates the possibility of you interacting with each other. In a lot of cases, I encourage you to do so. And so you will find under community posts and discussions a link to all of those weekly assignments. Then there are our actual discussion boards, and I've divided you up into 2 groups. We don't have a huge class, and you can see I've got my student view on, and I'm not a student, so I'm not enrolled in any of these groups, but I have enrolled you, and so I'm going to give you the example of group number 1, where you will go down. You see, these are the students. I just did it alphabetically. There's nothing, particularly fancy about how I assigned members, but this is group number 1, and then you will go down to the group discussion board, and that's where you will access the weekly discussion boards. And so discussion number 1 is the first one in week number 1, and this is where it's necessary for you to interact. It's important for you to interact with each other. So we encourage you to post your initial post, which is very, very important, by midnight Friday night, so that others then can begin to jump in and read the post and interact with them. We want you to interact with in this class, at least 3 other students in the class, which is going to be about half or almost half of your group, actually. And so that's going to be the way that you will participate in the discussion board. So remember again the difference between the 2 links. The community posts and discussions do include your course introduction, your personal introduction, as well as some personal kinds of spots for you to communicate, but also your weekly assignments where interaction is possible but not required. But the group discussions are the actual discussion boards where we ask you to interact with each other in a way that I know you're already very familiar with. And so you're going to want to explore right away the week 1 and all the various elements of this great course. This course is designed to be the 3rd in a series of leadership courses, including principles of administration, principles of leadership. In fact, I recognize quite a few of you as being students in my principles of administration class. Welcome back. And this is just a kind of a very, very practical reflection and application course here at the end of those 3 leadership courses. So I anticipate having just a really enjoyable, fruitful learning experience together. And if you have any questions, be sure to let me know. I enjoy interacting with you every step of the way. And I promise you this is going to be a wonderful learning experience. So God bless you, everybody. Have a great class.